Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, The Anxiety Princess, where we're talking about everything and anything that has to do with mental illness. We're basically tapping into our emotions in order to determine what could actually be causing our mental health related issues. So my name is Tumeka Molitane Hankaman and welcome back to yet another episode. I'm the most consistent person right now, you have to admit. 3 videos, 3 weeks. Yes, that's record breaking. I'm out of breath because I've been trying to find the right angle to sit in the room because I'm shooting quite late. So the sun is doing funny things and my sister's working inside, my husband is in the room, so I was just like, okay, this is the only room I can actually shoot this video. I just got back from dinner, so excuse the mess from lunch. So excuse the mess, I did mess up on my top, and I was like, too lazy to change. But I hope you all forgive me for that. I wasn't going to shoot a video today, but I just thought, you know what, I owe you guys an explanation in terms of the post that I uploaded on Thursday. So before I even get into that, let me just welcome all the new people that have joined our mental health nation. I just want to say you are welcome. This is a very, very safe space. We're all just trying to find ways to navigate mental illness. So please feel free. There's no judgment here. We're all just clueless and trying to find ways of dealing. And another thing, just a disclaimer, I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist, or anybody who has been trained to deal with mental illness. I'm purely someone who was diagnosed with anxiety in March of 2019. And I've just been living my truth, trying to tell my story my own way, and basically sharing the information that I've gathered over the past 2 years because I took it upon myself to actually educate myself about what's happening to me. So I have a really deep passion when it comes to mental health related issues. So yes, okay, basically this video will just be to explain that post and just to give my testimony actually. So I don't think this video has much to do with mental health, but I felt as though this would probably be a greater platform to share my story, to probably encourage someone out there, you know? So as you all know, I am a qualified chartered accountant, and so after you finish studying the chartered accountant thing, in order for you to say, so if I sign my name in my signature at work, so it's Tumeka Moletsane CASA. So the CASA is basically the designation that I got at the end of my qualification. So after I've written my board exam, board 1 and board 2, then I still need to actually register with the Saica, which is basically an institution for chartered accountant, in order to be able to use that CASA designation. So it's a body that governs and regulates anything that has to do with chartered accountants, basically. So they have an initiative basically that is for CAs that are under the age of 35 that are basically doing some things or initiatives outside their profession. So it has nothing to do with how you've progressed career-wise. It's purely just what initiatives are you doing to give back to your community, or to give back to, you know, how are you giving back as a chartered accountant? That's why it's associated with the organization. It's one of the initiatives they do in order to recognize chartered accountants that are actually giving back to their community, right? So my plan initially was that I'm not gonna enter this year. You know, I'm still young. I'm only 32. Some days I'm only 23. It depends, you know? So I was like, okay, I still have a little bit of room. I still have 3 years. And because now I have a new job, I have more time basically to do my mental health stuff, one of them being to actually register my mental health nation foundation. So, you know, now I can do more with this topic, basically just not focus on doing videos and, you know, doing consultations as and when. So I just wanted to do more. So my plan was that I was going to enter next year once I've actually, you know, built up everything that I want to build up with this mental health nation is concerned. So there is a lady I look up to very much. She's a partner at one of the big four. I look up to her quite a lot. Like, she's one of those people that are very resilient. Those people that are very strong-willed when it comes to career progression. You know, like, it's someone I would consider my mentor. And like, I haven't officially asked her to be my mentor, but I would love for her to be my mentor, because I look up to her quite a bit. And how I know her is because I've worked at this firm where she is. And when I interviewed, she told me a story, and I was really captured by her story and how she strived to get to where she is. So she told me, so I spoke to her, and I was like, how do you enter this thing? And I feel as though I don't have enough evidence to support my cause, but I do want to enter. But I think I'll just take the year off to build on the certain thing, and just, next year I'll have better evidence. And then she was like to me, you're bringing in something that's very topical at this point. It's very important. It's a topic people shy away from. It's highly likely you're going to be the only person bringing this certain topic to the table. So I really think just enter. You have nothing to lose. Just enter and see where it takes you. So I was like, okay, this was 2 or 3 days before the nomination actually closed. So you can nominate yourself, or someone will nominate you, basically. Okay. I looked at the questions that I needed to answer for the thing, gathered all the information, spoke to my husband, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to enter this thing. And one of the things that he needed to do was take a 2-minute video to explain why you should be chosen. I explained why I should be chosen, and I submitted my things. And honestly, I felt as though my portfolio, in terms of evidence of what I'm doing for my community, I thought it was really light. But then I was like, okay, let's see what happens. And then I got the call not this past week, the week before, I think the Friday or something, where they were telling me that, you have made it as a finalist. So I think in the years before, the public used to vote for the finalists. I'm not sure actually, but this time they chose their 35 people. So it's top 35 under 35. So my name was there, and I was chosen, and I was shocked. I was really, really shocked. So it says that it is true that when the time is right, the Lord will make it happen for you. And I just want to say thank you. Like, I need to say thank you to you guys that you welcomed this channel, you welcomed this Facebook page. When it comes to this platform, I'm not one for numbers. I don't care how many views I get. I don't care how many people follow the page. If there's one view, I'm good. I'm not doing it for the numbers. I'm doing it for someone who actually wants that piece of information at the time I deliver it. And that has been my focus around this thing. I really do not care about the numbers. As long as there's a view on a video, I'm happy. Then that means that message for that day, it actually impacted someone. So yeah, that is that. So what basically is going to happen now is that I need to put a portfolio together. There are people that are going to judge us. So I think there's about 4 categories. So they'll choose an overall winner in all of the 4 categories. And then there will be someone who's chosen as an overall winner. And now I need to put a portfolio together. I need to fly up to Joburg to actually present my topic and what I'm doing for the community. And yeah, so I'll probably be in Joburg for 2 to 3 days, because I need to do my presentation, and then there's a gala dinner where they actually announce the winners. But for me, I am already a winner in this thing. I'm already a winner, because this being a finalist is something I can use on my CV, is something I can use in my public domain that I was chosen as. So it's a massive win for my career. It's a massive recognition for this platform. So I'm really, really grateful that you guys allowed me the opportunity to tell my story and to listen to me. you know, there's a certain thing where people portray you a certain way and they don't think you're going through things. But I think it really shocked a lot of people when I came out that I suffer from general anxiety disorder with severe panic attacks, because they portrayed me in a certain manner. But now I think it's very important for us to understand that mental illness has no identity. You know, like, it can come to anyone at any point. So it's still going to be a long road. I need to spend time now this evening trying to think of how I'm going to structure the portfolio that needs to be submitted to the judges. It should be about 15 pages, I think. And then I need to start working on my presentation for November when I go to Joburg to present. So yes, I have asked people to vote. So there's a general public vote that people that are liked by the public or something along those lines. But that doesn't influence the judging and what needs to be happen. But I think we are winners already. I honestly think we've won already, because this is huge. This is massive. It's massive for me. It's massive for you, because you are the ones who take time every time I upload a video to watch it. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that watch my videos, I am happy that you guys did it, and I am really happy because it's through you that I continued to produce videos. Because if it wasn't for you, I would have stopped producing videos a long time ago. So for me, this is a massive career thing. I come from very humble beginnings. I don't think it might have looked as though I came from humble beginnings, but I think it's because my mother and my siblings, especially my sister and my brother, they always made sure I had everything I want, and you know, I wasn't lacking of anything. You know, I was the first one in my family to go and study at a multiracial school. Um, I was the first one to, okay, I wasn't the first one, my brother had a degree. But basically, I am that person who pushed so hard to break the poverty curse at home. Do you get it? I was blessed that I remember sitting after matric, after I passed matric. That's when in 2006, I hadn't applied to any university because I knew we didn't have money to take me to university. And I remember sitting on the couch and my mother was like, "Is this what you're going to do all year?" And I passed well because I was really smart. But because of a lack of information, like, the town I come from is super small. Like, there isn't much inspirational people, if you want to call it that are, breaking the barriers to get out of poverty. There are, don't get me wrong, but it's not a lot. So I didn't even know what a chartered accountant was. I didn't even know what it is. And I remember then I decided, when my mother asked me, "This is what you're going to do, you need to get up." She told me, "You need to get up and go and look for, walk-in entrance and see if you'll be taken, and then God will provide the rest." Remember waking up and going to Grahamstown to Applied Roads. And the only call I was accepted for, I was a walk-in. So you plead your case and, they consider you. And I was approved for a BCom over 4 years instead of 3 years, which was a hardship as well. But hey, that wasn't anything. And, then at that time, I was just doing a BCom accounting general. I still didn't want to be a CA. And I completed my degree in 2011, and I took a gap year in 2012. Not because I wanted to, because we didn't have money for me to study further. But something that happened in 2011, when I reflect back and I'm like, God works in mysterious ways. Because in 2011, in 2012, when I took a gap year, I went to stay with my sister in Joburg, right? I was applying for anything and everything you can possibly think of, but I wasn't getting a job. I remember I so badly wanted to work at Ellen Gray, and I wanted to be a consultant or something, but nothing came through. Like for the whole year, I didn't get a job. And then I think it was around October, September when I decided, okay, let me apply for articles. I wanted to do my honors in tax, but that wasn't penning through. So this is just a testament to God knows where He's leading you to. And He'll never let you compromise. You can think that you're gonna compromise, but for Him, He's gonna close all those doors of compromise because, child, his thing is bigger than anything. That's one of the reason why I decided to get a tattoo here. So my tattoo says, xa iminqweno yam iphalala uzundikhumbuze nkosi yezulu kuba icebo lakho ngobomi lam liselikhulu. So basically what this means is that God, when my own plans fail me, remind me that your plan for my life is still massive. So when I think of all the things that God has done for me, and I'm like, I dream too small and God does too much, you know? So in 2012, I think. Oh, in 2012, towards the end of the year, I decided, you know what, let me apply for articles, and I wanted to move to Cape Town, just a new city, new start, because the year 2012 was just heavy on its own. And then I applied for articles at Sizwe Saluba, and they took me without honors in accounting. So, but the only condition was that I applied through UNISA to do my honors part-time. That's what I did, and I moved to Cape Town January 2013, and I think that's only then when I saw the other people that were ready to qualify, I was like, I want to be a chartered accountant. I think it only came at that point. I was doing articles just to tick it off. Whether I finished the honors or not, it didn't matter. So only then when I was exposed, I was like, I want this. I want it so bad. So that's how, I don't know what happened. My video just stopped. So at that point I was like, I want this. I want it really bad. And yeah, and in 2013, I did CTA level 1. I failed manic, and then I had to repeat the whole year. Right, in 2014 I repeated CTA level 1. 2015 I did CTA level 2. I wrote my board 1 and board 2 exams, and I qualified as a CA. With that being said, I feel as though I've always dreamt so small, but God keeps elevating me every time to new things, to new heights, to dreams that I thought they were not attainable for my life. But God makes sure that, my child, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. So I think I wanted the CA thing more because of money. Because I thought CAs earn a lot of money. I don't know. But I wanted it, to break that poverty streak at home, and to ensure that, my mother retired 2 years ago. She retired when I was working overseas. She retired, and everything that I do is for her now, that she may never lack for anything, because she made sure I didn't lack for anything. Do you get it? Like, my mom was a general worker at a hospital. Like, she was a cleaner, but they called them general worker, cleaner, making food for the patients and so forth. My sister didn't have kids at the time. My brother was still alive. Those people, they made sure that I got education. As much as I was studying with the student loans, the student NFSAS, as much as I was studying with it, like things like pocket money and they made sure that I never lacked for anything. Like, people thought I was coming from a rich family because I had the latest clothes. I was a fashionista. I had everything that I needed. Um, and now when I think about it, I'm like, oh my goodness, my salary is little. And then I think, and I'm like, my mom was earning so little, but she did so much for me. How did she do it? So do you see, it's humbling. And only now that I'm older and I'm working, and I'm like, I'm starting to piece the pieces together and put pieces together, and it's just overwhelming feeling, to be honest. But the things that I'm appreciative for is that, as much as my mom didn't understand what a CA was and what two CAs did, she believed in my dream. She believed that my dream was valid, and I needed to leave my dream, and she supported me. Because I remember when I failed, she was like, get up and do it again. As long as I'm still alive, you're still gonna attempt and attempt until I tell you I can't anymore. But until I tell you that, just keep going. So that's basically what I did. Sorry about that. My phone. So that's basically that. And for me, that always makes me remain humble. I don't care how rich I'm gonna be one day. Um, I'll always remain humble because I do come from very humble beginnings. And if I wasn't brought up in that way, I don't know what would have been of me. I think then that's just my message to parents, firstly, that believe in your kids' dreams. Like, what they want, you will never want something if you don't really have a true sense of passion for it. So some dreams don't make sense. But the fact that your child has a vision and a dream, sometimes you need to let them leave the vision and the dream, and you never know what might come of it. Obviously, that dream and thingy needs to be, you know. I'm not saying now we need to have dreams and vision of being a street kid or something. You know, sometimes certain things don't make sense. But the person who's saying them is actually executing a lot of sense in their heads. But you just need to understand and let them be in certain situations. And for the people with the dream, we see a lot of people out there running successful businesses, and we want to have businesses as well because so and so is doing it, and why can't you? Just be mindful that we can't all be business owners. um Not all of us have the business mind. So for me, from an early period in my career, I always knew that my career will generate me the wealth that I need. So I'm very relentless when it comes to my career. I make bold and big decisions and big moves because that's the only thing that will generate me the wealth that I need. I'm not gonna wake up one day and start a business. Like, if I do, like now, like for instance, I was selling some old clothes. I honestly don't know what's happening with my phone. It keeps timing out and then it stops. So I just want to say that what was I gonna say now? You see, now this thing has thrown me off. So I think I became more resilient, especially after I suffered my mental health breakdown. That even much more so now, I push myself, but obviously with limits. But now it's also that thing that I want to show people that mental health illnesses is not a hinder of things that you want to do. It can't hold you back from achieving the most in terms of what you want to be. I know that some people just got recently diagnosed. They still trying to find their way around it. They don't know, they're scared to get up and do things. There is a time that you're gonna have to get up and do those things. Because there's only one you. There's no one is gonna do things for you. So you need to find a way of navigating and finding a balance between your own emotional burden and achieving the things that you want. So I've basically made sure that I'm trying to portray, actually it's not even about, like, I'm portraying a true thing, that mental illness is not a boundary or a limiting factor to everything that you want to achieve. You just need to be in a position to balance the two, and things will fall into place. It doesn't come overnight, obviously, but guys, the killer of anything that we're going through is the fact that when you lack the knowledge and the information about it, it's gonna torment you. So you need to start educating yourself about mental illness, and that's the only way. Whether it be through this, whether it be reading and seeking specialists to assist you, but you need to get up and find the information and take initiative. So with that said, let me not drag this video even longer. And I know this video has nothing to do with mental health, but this is a more fitting platform for me to share about this video, and just to give a testament of how my humble beginnings groomed me to be the woman that I am today, and be the wife that I am today, be the sister, the aunt that I am today. I'm a giver, guys. I'm a giver. I spoil my niece so much because I just wanted to have the life that I had, but not at the, I don't know if my mother had to get into debt to do things for me or not, but I just want my niece to never feel the burden or the pain of not getting some things that you want, or something along those lines. Although I got everything I want, but sometimes let's say if I wanted something, I wasn't going to get it now, I needed to wait, or things like that. So humble beginnings groomed me to be who I am today. They groomed me to be this woman that I am today. And every time when I'm close to giving up on things, I remember how hard my mother worked to provide me with everything that I have. And that actually makes me, be driven, and to actually say, girl, someone sacrificed so much for you to be in a position of authority, to be in a position of power, to never doubt your ability. So you need to snap out of it. So basically, that's my story. Like, I wish I could just tell you the story in a long way, but this video would be too long if I were to indulge in that way. But I hope this video will actually encourage someone to go out there and obtain what they think is a small dream and turn it into something big. But one thing for sure is God is constantly showing me that I don't dream big enough, because whenever I dream for something small, he puts hurdles and things that makes sure I don't get it. I don't get that small things, and he gives me something massive. So that's basically my story, and I hope it will encourage and empower someone out there. And again, thank you, my mental health nation, for listening to my story and believing in my truth and believing in this thing when I talk about topics that even I don't know what I'm talking about, or even I'm confused about what I'm talking, but you guys take time to listen. It's not about the numbers for me. It's about that one person actually clicking on my videos and viewing them. So I'll be back next week with another video where we're picking up now the how-tos relating to mental health. I hope you'll have a beautiful and a fantastic week, and I'll catch you guys next week. And let's hope that we bring this one home. I believe we are bringing this one home. We have brought it already. Have a fantastic Sunday.